Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning into the online Codcaster. My name's Holiday Doc, and this is an introduction video all the way from the UK. We've brought Mr. Tunny on board with the online Codcaster, or the OCC for short, and he's going to do his thing here on the channel. Now, before we get started, I just really wanted to emphasize how important this next video is. This is what the online Codcaster is all about. Bringing the communities and scenes together in one central location and unifying our Call of Duty content worldwide. So I've brought a bunch of UK guys, a bunch of North America guys, we've got some Australia guys, and we're going to be creating content. So I really want you guys to give this guy a big warm welcome. He is a fantastic shoutcaster. He's worked with the likes of Hastro and Fwiz. He commentates at the EGLs, Europe's one of Europe's best Call of Duty events, time and time again. So I can't stress enough how important it is to show this guy some love and really get behind him, because we want these guys to create content over here, and we want the North American guys to create content for the UK stuff, and we need to bring these communities together. And the only way to do that is to support one another. So I'm going to stop talking, and without further ado, I'm going to let the man do his thing here and introduce Mr. Tunny.
Hello guys, my name is Tunny, and this is the Codcaster channel, new to YouTube, and we're going to be bringing you loads of great content. But this is actually going to be my introduction video for some of you who don't know me. Obviously most of the guys within the COD scene at Europe will actually know who I am. The American guys, you'll probably not have heard of me. Maybe commentated, because I've commentated a few times with Fwiz, or maybe you watched some EGLs, that sort of thing. That's where you would have heard me. But this is an introduction video for anybody who doesn't. And I'm just basically going to start off straight from the casting. Obviously, I played my way through GB, went to a couple of lands with a couple of teams. Did okay. Nothing really groundbreaking, but yeah, I moved on to casting because it turns out I'm much better at that than I am at playing. Anyway. The first time I casted was actually pretty much down to chance. I was sitting at Reflex, I think it was GT3 or GT4, and the organiser of the event actually came over and said to the group of lads I was sitting with, does anybody want to cast with A-Spec? And I threw my hand up straight away, and it's pretty nice to think that if I hadn't actually done that, I may not have been in the situation I am in now, and I'm actually really, really grateful to Zorda and Reflex for giving me that opportunity, because it's made me where I am, which is pretty successful within the esports scene, and I owe everything to them. So big shout out to them. I'm actually at their tournament this weekend, Reflex GT in Amsterdam, and it's a new one. It's going to be much bigger, but anyway, we'll not talk about that too much anyway. So we're actually talking about my history, and I jumped into a few games with A-Spec, and I ended up casting with him, and I was sort of the guy, because I played the game a lot, I was sort of the guy that came in and said why players were doing what, and sort of breaking down the plays, telling you why he's done that, telling you why he's pushing that way, telling me why he's using that gun, etc, etc, etc. And people liked me because of that. They liked the way I casted, so I continued in that style, and I continue in that style to this very day. Of course, I try and incorporate a little bit more play-by-play, but of course my repertoire is more to do with the knowledge of the game and why people are doing spawn traps, that sort of thing. Anyway, people seem to enjoy that, so then we moved on to Deserto Live, which was online, and it was casted by me, Rel, and Ainsley. Ainsley was mainly production, but he did do some casting as well. And we moved on, I said, on to Deserto Live, where we were doing a lot of online videos, online tournaments, show matches, that sort of thing. And it was great fun. So we moved on to EGL3 after that as well, where I did a little bit of casting, and it was great fun. It was great. Moved on to the next few Reflexes, where I did a little bit of casting here and there, and then the big jump for me was at EGL4, where I actually got told you can either cast or you can play. And this was a very big decision for me, because I really did enjoy playing. I mean, at the time I would come in, just scrim, you know, I would do probably this 4 or 5 days a week, and it was a big consumer of my time, and I thought to myself, you know, well, I'm never going to win anything. So, you know, you might as well take this chance and see where it leads me, and I'm glad I took that chance. As I went to EGL4 and casted with Rel and Fwiz, which was a great tournament held in London. And then we obviously moved on to Modern Warfare 2. Beginning of Modern Warfare 2, I ended up playing the game from the beginning, just so I could keep what my style was, so I knew what was going on in the game, rather than just doing play by play. So I knew the game inside out, and I was casting it full time as well, apart from when I was at Reflex, when I was allowed to play it. But for EGL, I was actually casting Modern Warfare 3, which was actually an alright game in the end. It was pretty decent. And I got a lot of great casting opportunities during that time. We did EGL 5, EGL 6, and a lot of different casters that I met throughout that time. I mean, it's been me, Ralph, Wiz, Benson actually coming into the equation, Gucci coming into the equation, and loads of great casters that I've commentated with for nearly 2 years now. So it's been a great experience so far, and I hope it continues on. Anyway, going into Black Ops 2, again, I attended a LAN at the very beginning, which was the actual first tournament for Black Ops 2, which was I-Series, where I ended up casting there as well. And the next tournament that I'll actually be doing is Reflex GT2, I said, which is going to be on this weekend. So that's my brief casting history. I'm going to delve a little bit deeper into my teaming history. So the main focus of my actual competitive gaming started on World at War, where I was in a lot of good S&D teams, hardcore S&D teams, where I met this guy called Point WizKid. Now I noticed his accent straight away. He had a very thick Newcastle accent, which is a lot of people up here have one. I mean, I don't really think I have a very thick accent from being up north or anywhere like that, but he had a thick accent, and I realised obviously he was from near where I lived, and it turns out he lives 5 or 10 minutes around the corner from me. So I found this guy, and you know what, he's one of probably it's a bit strange, and he's probably one of my better friends within all social and gaming aspects, really. So I met him through the gaming, and it was obviously very coincidental, and we started playing map gen games. So we would be playing core, and we ended up winning a couple of ladders and that sort of thing. So as Modern Warfare 2 came in, we started playing DeSoto and said, you know, let's give this a shot. Let's maybe go to a LAN one day. And I don't think I've actually managed to get to a LAN with him. He's had so many excuses to dodge. But yeah, that's what started it. That's where I also met Marky B, who now plays for Dignitas. I've made him everything that he is, as well as Monksy, actually. TCM Monksy. I teamed with him as well, and all known them all from World at War. And we've sort of brought them into DeSoto, and they've done great for themselves. So I'm the only guy that hasn't really done well out of that group. So it really tells you something about my play and why I moved on to casting. But yeah, and then I've teamed with loads of other different people. I mean, I've placed possibly, I think around top 8 was the best placement I had within Modern Warfare 2. Black Ops 2, obviously I attended I-Series with the team as well. And, you know, it's all developed from there, and I'm grateful for all the opportunities that I've actually had. In terms of social aspects, I work for the NHS, regretfully. Hopefully one day I will be getting a full-time job within the esports or media related job, which is something I would love to do. I'm 20 years old, from Newcastle obviously, and hopefully I'll be coming over to America to do some commentaries, possibly at MLG. That would be the dream for me, so hopefully that does happen. And of course just keep an eye out for me in the EUC, and I will be commentating, I said, over Reflex GT. I said that about twice now, but trying to promote that for Reflex there, who've been let down a little bit actually by the timing of the qualifiers. So make sure to get yourself watching that, guys, to give them a lot of support. And you know, I'm going to close this video off quite quickly. Just going to have about 7 or 8 minutes talking about myself. Isn't as easy as anticipated. I'm not that sort of guy. But yeah, make sure you listen to Reflex GT coming up this weekend. And keep an eye on this channel. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I am @_Tun. That will be in the description. And make sure you subscribe, like this video, share this video as much as possible. We want to get this channel up there with some of the best esports channels we can. We have all the right guys and right contacts to do so. With your support, this channel can be huge. And yeah, that was my little introduction video. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you have a great day.